Oh, it's happening again. We're back. We're back after like what's it been, like 6 months?
Forever.
We haven't played for like 6
Something
months
like
or
that.
something. Oh man, life's been
The
insane.
beginning of September.
Yeah, it's been busy. Yeah, we're just gonna start playing again. We're not gonna dally too long. Yeah, let's just go. Cynthia, get us in. Where are
All
you right
right. You are currently standing just on the steps because it's like a really nice well, not nice, it's a really ramshackle building, but it's kind of like a herengrachtenpand, if you know what I mean. It's like a row house that's very long and very high but very narrow,
now?
and you're standing on the
Street.
Amsterdam style house, yes. And you're standing like on the steps that lead down to the street. It's bustling outside. People seem to be done with their work. You all see lots of farmers. Like there's a huge amount of farmers because before you went into Western was surrounded by all these fertile fields everywhere. Lots of trees of the forest have been cut down, and you see just far in the distance Gat Shadow just sticking out from above the forest, and the sun is just very slowly setting. So there's this beautiful orange light just surrounding the entire city as people are making their way home or to taverns to eat dinner or have a beer or just, wind down from a very long day. You also saw Hector Barkle disappear out of view after he had invited you all for dinner later that evening. So in like 3 to 4 hours time, you're expected to be there. The goblin, is still with you, and had just earlier revealed that he had stolen a pocket watch from Hector Barkle as he was invisible in the house. You're now all standing outside of what is supposed to be us and Dios's shop, the second hand. What would you all like to do?
I think he gave the pocket watch to Alduin, right? Because in hindsight, he didn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, and I gave it to Simon for inspection, so he should still have it at this point.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so I don't think it's a good idea if I go to that dinner.
Why not?
Because every time I see that man's face, I get a sense to punch it real hard.
But you are the talker among us, and I think you are the one that understands what's going on the best.
Yeah, but I
Can
don't
we
think
go somewhere else, talk in private maybe?
we can go
We
there.
can get back into the house if you want.
I think that's a good
It
idea.
was quite a relief that, like all of the boxes were still there. So he lifted whatever fucking magic he was casting around there. But, and he opens the door already, scurries past you all, and you see him just like looking through stuff and things are being like thrown over his head. And then he just grabs like a ramshackle table and what looks to be a bag of beans that's big enough for someone to sit on, and another crutch, and an orange crate with rotten oranges that he just like empties and then puts it upside down.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure this house has ears.
You think so?
Probably.
I don't see ears.
Anything we can do about that?
I wouldn't know, to be honest.
We could just go sit in a field somewhere. I feel more comfortable there anyway. I don't know how long of a walk it is to...
We're in the middle of a city.
Yeah.
Pretty big one.
There
I
might
don't
be.
like it.
We still have a couple of hours before the dude is expecting us to attend this dinner.
I think this place is going to be fun for now. It's not like we're going to discuss things that we haven't already discussed in more open places before, to be honest.
I mean, I don't get it. He looks like an asshole, but honestly, Elduin, I think we need you for this conversation. I don't think I could scare this man.
Well, if it's a dinner party, will there be knives?
Maybe we should take the knives away from Elduin then.
What is it all about anyway, Elduin?
Sorry?
What is it all about anyway for you? I mean, this whole thing with the werewolves and the mutants, and you seem to know a lot more. And now you walk in to talk and you just shove him against the wall. You make me nervous.
I can make you invisible again, but that wouldn't help you at all. No, I think I should go. Brion, are you saying, do you want to go as well, or?
I mean, like, don't take me for my talking, but I could just stand there and look like myself.
Well, you want to know
If
my
anything
opinion?
goes south, I'll just kill the guy.
That probably wouldn't be the very diplomatic thing to do.
That's why you shouldn't take me for my talking.
I would like your opinion, but first I would really like an answer from you, Alwyn. What's going on?
Right. So, I'm just quickly getting a name because it's been a while. Madeline and I belong to an order of, well, technically two different orders, but which fall under the same order of people. We are what people refer to as blood hunters. We hunt monsters, protect people, but we use powers, abilities, and ancient magics that some people do not really like because they feel like it's evil. It's not, it's just like normal magic, but different. Anyway, a part of our order are specifically dedicated to hunting lycanthropes, and they actually use the powers of lycanthropy to enhance themselves. I am not one of those people, by the way. I'm not a secret werewolf, as a side note.
Good to know.
I know. But I've met some of these people. They are just like you and me, but unlike other werewolves, they are in full control of their powers. It's a long story and I don't understand it completely myself, but they can do that and they have it. Anyway, a lycanthropy can spread extremely quickly and can, within no time, destroy the entirety of Tal'Dorei if it isn't contained quickly. That is why it's so important, and that's why it's so dangerous that someone is spreading lycanthropy.
What did Madeline say when she was talking about mutants? Are you some other kind of mutant? Not a werewolf, but...
I belong... Right, what I'm telling you, extremely secret. I'm also looking at... Wait, did I not write down his name?
Us.
Us, there we go.
Us is just like...
I don't remember how I ordered my
flask.
notes.
Us is like opening a flask from his belt and it's just like...
This is extremely secret. No one... I should technically not even be telling you guys, but I feel like you should know because I've been traveling with you and, well...
Okay, wait. If it's really this secret, I'll detect magic first. 1 second.
You notice that amongst the piles and piles of shit and packed goods and all kinds of stuff from us and deals, there are a few pings. Quite a lot. Maybe a dozen.
And
It's
also,
interesting. And
and
the
a
thing.
lot of magical items. But I believe it can also tell me what kind of magic it is. So maybe can I tell if we're being listened into or something is watching us or
Any divination.
Yeah. So, give me 1 second.
Definitely that compass that I have is lighting up with divination magic.
Yeah.
Because I know what it does.
We are currently detecting magic in a magic shop.
Yeah.
I know. I know. But I thought it would be helpful anyway.
Yeah, no, it's 100%. 100%.
I would have I can't detect magic.
Just for expediency, you don't seem to see anything that would make you suspect you're being listened to at the moment right now. So I'm just saying, the watch is magic, but it doesn't seem to give off a divination magic.
That's interesting.
I think this is the first time that I told someone to wait to tell me a secret, but go on.
I'm specifically also looking at us, like, don't tell anyone about this. Because if someone else hears about this, I'll know it's you, us. So, what was I going to say again? What was the last question you asked? Specifically?
If you're a mutant.
All right.
About the mutant stuff.
The specific
Another
order.
werewolf,
So Madeline is part of an order of clerics, blood clerics, to be specifically. I, on the other hand, belong to an order known as the Order of the Mutant. We, from a very young age, undergo trials, tests, training, specifically made for us to hunt monsters and creatures. We also use concoctions and potions to enhance ourselves over time. You've probably seen me take these potions from time to time, and it does weird shit to me initially. It's because these are enhanced, these potions are made with aspects of different creatures. My body is able to absorb these and then give me abilities.
That's fascinating.
Specifically this one, we call this Night Eye. It is made using drow tears. It needs like so little that I pretty much have a lifetime supply of it because one tear is enough to last me forever. But it's used to make this and give me dark vision like all of you have. With the downside that I can't stand daylight when I'm using it, so I can't really use it during the day, just like
How
the
did
drow.
you make her cry?
Because we need the
So you
tears.
decide to point. Go on.
Anyway. So yes, do you think these eyes are very human?
Oh,
It's part of everything that, well, all the trials and tests and everything. It changes you. You, yes, become a mutant in a way, not fully human anymore.
I think I get that.
Yeah. So it's important that we make sure that lycanthropy doesn't spread, because if it does, well, end of the world type of shit starts to happen. And I'd better not have that happen.
Doesn't sound nice.
You surprised me because most of the time you seem pretty calculated and reserved most of the time, and just then I didn't see it coming. You just turned. You just flew at him. Is this personal? Do you know him?
No. Part of the training that we do is controlling your emotions, being at peace with yourself and the rest of the world. It's, be in balance. But, you can't always be that way. Sometimes, something pisses you off, gets you angry, and you snap. This guy, this man, who, stole, treated people who already did not have a lot, and took even what they had, well, pissed me off.
I can definitely understand that.
So again, the reason why I'm saying that I shouldn't be going is because I do not know if I can control those emotions with him. In a fight, super useful. Outside of it, I don't know if I can be at peace,
Maybe you can try what I do.
Which is?
Just trying to think of nothing. It's very easy.
Yeah.
And then the anger just goes away sometimes. I mean, sometimes it doesn't. I think you've seen the examples of that. But sometimes it works.
I don't think
You
that's
really
true.
think it's easy to think about nothing?
For me, it is.
That's interesting.
I just did it.
Wow. I just thought about like 3 other things that we still have to take care of. And that we do not have a lot of money at this moment. And that we maybe should, go find some other work to do, which we probably should be able to do in this city, to be fair. Because we need money.
But it's really just about justice.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I get it. I feel the same way, but it felt like, compared to the other places where we've been, and people have been very unjust as well. I just hope you're not like the others.
What others?
Well, a lot of people have been lying to us.
Yeah, that's, I'm afraid, what you're gonna find in life.
Are you lying?
Am I? No, I'm not.
Just for your information, the pocket watch gives off a transmutation magic.
All right.
I don't
Interesting.
understand.
Do I look any different? Just, no?
You don't look any different.
Great.
The watch itself seems to be source of transmutation magic.
Okay, just checking.
Do I feel like Eldwin is being forthright with me about it being really about being against bullying poor people and about justice?
With your passive insight and your perception, he seems to be quite honest with you right now.
All right. Okay. Well, thanks for sharing your secret.
No problem.
I just needed to be sure because it really freaked me out.
I understand. The way we're traveling in this group, we are supposed to watch each other's backs. And that requires trust. And if there's something you feel like you don't trust, or, you feel like it might be in a better interest for you to know to keep oneself safe and the others, then you should definitely ask about that.
So, what are we going to do? I feel like we're in over our heads.
It's a big job.
You
Yeah,
want my
your
opinion? Well, I've heard a few things. Because I listen, And, I can tell you a few things about Hector. He seems very powerful. And the fact that he kept you alive seems that whatever you have is quite valuable to him. Information. Other than that, if you need money and you don't really mind doing some, stuff, he's a pretty good guy to get some nice quests. It's got some real good tasks there. And, with the whole werewolf kind of thing, I think he just has as much of a stake in not spreading this disease over his wares as you all do, so he might help you. I don't know. Just saying. But don't try to pick a fight with him. Might be a good idea. Like a really good idea. Really good idea.
What Us said. Us has a point. Why would besides the period, why would the Clasp want to spread lycanthropy? The Clasp, they are smart people. They know the dangers of a werewolf. You can't contain that very easily. You need people who are specialized in it. Why would
maybe it's a stupid person?
Yeah, or is it even the Clasp or someone?
No, angry people do stupid stuff.
Or maybe it's someone who's trying to,
Decide to get a war.
Yeah, and has a stake in that. That'd be interesting.
Who would have a stake in the Clasp and the Myriad fighting?
I'm not really into both factions that much. I wouldn't be able to tell. But if you want to find out,
I think Hector could tell us.
Is going to the Clover Casino. It's basically neutral ground for both parties there.
Well, we're going to buy a clover anyway, I guess.
Guess we are.
But, well, it was just the barkeeper. What was his name? Willie thought it might be the Clasp because they wanted to get them out of their territory. But
there are better ways to do that than lacing drugs with lycanthropy.
It's very far-fetched.
It is.
Lacing drugs with lycanthropy is like casting a fireball spell on like a ant.
Well, maybe from what I noticed of you all guys, you should look into certain things before you walk into like something like the Carmine Clover Casino. Like, a lot of people go there that you do not want to piss off. And normal rules don't apply. Theos used to go there. She's really good at playing games. My wife, that's how we got all this stuff. She's good, Ben.
Well, yeah, we kind of already killed a member of the Clasp, so hoping that they don't.
You did what?
They don't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
As
Well,
far as we know,
we want to kill him, he attacked us. We told him to leave multiple times, but he kept attacking, and well, one thing like that.
Sometimes patience runs out. Patience sometimes just run out.
I just forgot the keys.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better not mention that. Anyway.
No. I figured.
But if there's one thing I've learned from the odds,
We can ask the Hector guy, right? If he knows who else could benefit from destroying his business.
No, starting a gang war. It's literally starting a gang war. Who will benefit from starting a gang war?
you have to talk to people, see who's there.
the third party generally, not the people that are part of the gang war, but the people that move in when the war happens. Generally.
I don't know, find out what motivations they might have.
Yeah.
DM. do I, from my time in Iman, know about any other gangs active in Taldori, like on the level of the Myriad in the class?
I can tell you no. No,
Okay.
you don't.
I think we should go ask the powerful dude.
Hector.
Maybe you should talk amongst yourself and see what you want to know and what information you have, what you want
You
to.
guys ever been to a casino?
What?
I haven't.
Not really.
Well, we used to make like dice from wood. We carved them ourselves, and then sometimes we did a game with it in the forest. But I've never been to like a house with all different kind of games.
No, me neither.
I've read about it.
We just betted on fights. But anyway, listen. Like, what is it that we're trying to fix here? Like, yeah, obviously we need to make sure that there's no werewolves anywhere. But why would we lend our services to either the scary dude, the Hector guy, or the class?
I don't want to lend myself to any of them.
I mean, then we should leave, I think.
The only thing we want to do, or I want to do, is fix the lycanthropy problem.
And I want to get my piercing done. But besides that, yeah, the werewolf thing, obviously.
Well, we're trying to find out what's really going on here, right? So we can.
Well, I know. Like the werewolves are like a scab on the surface. Why should we look further into the wound when we don't have to?
Because the wound will get infected.
Yeah.
If we don't.
Well, not our problem.
Yeah, but we need to fix the problem. We need to fix the source of the problem, not fixing the problem itself.
Because someone is stabbing people everywhere. I'm just helping with this thing. It's just someone randomly, and they stabbed this. What did you say? Turst fields? They stabbed there, and you fixed it. But if someone continuously keeps stabbing, then you've got a lot of wounds to fix.
Sure, true. But does that mean that means inevitably that we either have to take these two gangs on head first, just the four of us, 5 if us wants to join. I'd recommend you not to.
No. I don't really care if someone gets stabbed as long as it's not me or my wife.
I get that. But then we have to work for either one of them to stop this shit. And I don't want to work for any one of those people. I've just become a free half-orc myself, and I won't like to be back in someone's spit.
Well, why don't you just go to someone, like Song? You could go to her and then, tell big tower. She's really cool.
The sorcerer.
Yeah, she's a really powerful sorcerer. Protects the city against the Ravagers. She's so pretty.
I've heard
and
that name before.
Apparently super powerful.
I've heard that name before. Ravagers. I've heard that before.
Yeah, roving band of wild orcs and goblins and bugbears and whatever horrible creatures that just stab and kill people and
Brian just kind of tries to make himself invisible.
They try and burn the fields outside of Westruun like at least once a month. But since Song moved to the city from, I think she comes from Marquette. Don't really know where she comes from. Overseas, she's real good. She protects everyone.
I think we should go talk to this Song person. I think I might have some information about the Ravagers that she could use, actually.
Yeah, I think we should definitely talk to this song.
Would I be okay to? Would she kill me? Or try to? What would you reckon? Have you met her?
I've not met her. I just steal her stuff that she puts in the trash outside the building of the university.
Right.
You talked about that. Okay.
Right.
I mean, maybe just be in the back of the group.
Well, you look a lot less savage than the first time I saw you.
I've left the Ravagers behind a long time ago.
You are a Ravager?
You were a Ravager?
I came from a camp, yeah.
Wait, that, yeah. You shouldn't tell anyone that.
No, I know. I escaped, and now I've rebelled against them. I guess, but I could have some useful information to help protect the city. Maybe to fix where I come from.
You rebelled against them?
I left.
Would they, possibly, I don't know, come looking for you at some point?
DM, how big is the possibility that my camp would go looking for me?
Very big.
Is it?
Oh yeah, it's pain of death leaving the tribe. You know that.
It's a problem for
God.
tomorrow.
But maybe I am the reason that they're here. How long have these Ravagers been?
Oh, they've not been here since Song Lucian has found residence in the city, and she set up guard towers everywhere.
No, but when did they start attacking the city?
Oh, it's been years ago.
That has nothing to do with
The
me.
last time it happened, years ago. They don't even try and dare come close anymore. They just get electrocuted by her force fields and whatever magic fancy stuff she puts around.
That can't be related to me. I haven't been around here. I mean, not this city. I think.
I don't know why you're trying to find relations here. Like, the Ravagers just tried to attack Westrum before Miss Lucian moved into the city, which maybe a decade ago. They just attacked Westrum, burned the fields, all that sort of stuff. Just, get money, food, slaves, whatever. And, yes, Miss Lucian moved into Westrum. And she very quickly, moved up in the ranks of the nobility and then got her plans through of, building a university and she put up defenses. So now mage students, they help basically in the guard.
With big oxes and chickens.
No, that's her experiments. No, the alarm you mean, right? That's Song's alarm. So she often does some strange experiments in her mage tower, and everyone in the city is basically used to her shenanigans. So we've got this alarm set up right now, and it's basically in the market ward and the scholars ward, and it's normally only code green. Last week there were soap bubbles filled with butterflies coming from her tower. Kept a lot of girls quite busy for hours on end trying to catch them all. And when little Elduini was born, we had a code orange, I believe, which normally indicates an actual potential danger, and then all citizens are advised to clear the streets and take shelter in the door until the alarm passes. So, but the oxes weren't all that bad. Should have seen last year when it was code red.
What was the code red?
Well, there was this thick, dark fog that moved through the streets. And there were these translucent silver, coming out. I didn't want to watch any closer after that. We just stayed indoors. But it took hours to get that cleared out.
What is the name of the college that's here at Restaurant? It's just the College of Restaurants?
University.
Or University. Details.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
It should be here somewhere. I'm trying.
It's another definition
Us
to
doesn't
be
know. He's not. Us doesn't know. He's not that interested in it.
Did he call it a university or a college? No, that's
It's a huge university.
We could go talk to her.
well,
Guys?
I don't think we could just get a
Lux?
audience or something like that. I think. Lux?
Well, I was just kind of thinking, a while back I had to read this book about history of politics, and I don't remember a lot of it, but what I did see is that often there's like this play for power, and there are a lot of people involved, and everyone is trying to get on top. And there's also always some little fishies in the pond, and they just kind of poke everyone, and then they all kind of get upset with each other. And that way the little fishies get higher on the ladder. But I feel like we might be
Oh, I know.
unintentional little fishies right now. Maybe if we just go everywhere and just tell a bit of information here, poke a little there, what's going to happen?
The thing is, those little fish are doing that on purpose to get more power. We are not. We are trying to stop a serious problem.
I'd like some money and food though.
We also have to rid, but I'm not sure if it's going to make stuff better or worse. I know nothing about this. I kind of feel like I should just go back to my forest and just... Lux is kind of starting to panic and walk around through the house and not knowing what to do with herself. Very unlike Lux.
Lux,
Us just
try to go look at a
mutters
flower.
to himself. Us just mutters to himself. Song, Lucian, school for the gifted. That was it. As he like grabs some wrappers and papers and baskets that have that stamp and seal still stamped onto it, which is like trying to scratch it off on some of the objects in this room.
How do we spell the last name?
I actually put it in a DireRolls right now. But in Roll20, that's what I meant.
It's in there. What you do?
Chadaman, does this name mean anything to you?
Can I roll for it?
Yeah, you can. As a history
First
check.
roll of the day.
Yes.
Have you ever been in Westruun before?
No.
Okay, with an 18 history check, and you went to university as well, I believe. You have heard of her. Song Lioshan, powerful wild magic sorceress and wizard. She seems to be of very interesting descent. Her lineage is unclear, and she hides that very carefully. But you have seen pictures of her, and she's kind of regarded as a rock star in the arcane world. Absolutely beautiful woman with warm porcelain skin, refined bone structure, slender physique, and has this flowing robes with a thick waist tight made of fabric sash. And no one knows how old she is. She looks very young. No one knows where she came from, but she looks very exotic. And she's found residence in Westruun, and she's incredibly charismatic and has moved her way up the nobility here. and loves to experiment with magic, especially wild magic.
That's apparent.
Cool. I relay this information.
And the reason why she's a rock star is because she declined every offer to join any organization of other arcanists out there.
And then just started her own.
Exactly, yes.
That
Cool.
sounds like someone we should be involved with. Not the creepy guy.
Well, we don't know her yet, but she's probably more interested in, not herself than.
Just a little tidbit of advice. If you don't go to Barclay's house tonight, then don't ever come back to Westruun.
Right.
Oh,
So
we
that's also
are
an
going.
option.
We have to go there. Like the watch and stuff.
Yeah,
just
we just
need
have to figure out what we have to do till then. Okay,
Well, we need.
I'm coming down, okay?
What's important with Barclays is that we make sure that he knows that it is very possibly not the clasp, but someone trying to incite a gang war between them. That he knows that theory is, well, probably more valid than the clasp actually doing this themselves.
Yeah, that would maybe put a break on the.
Yeah,
Or
and actually
make it less likely to have that war actually start.
Yeah, and she seems to be a very smart person. It might even cause him to first do sort of a diplomatic talks before they do anything, but we can't control that. All we can
Yeah.
do is tell the things that we know. And I think it's best to definitely tell him that we did find the suit to be laced, and that someone is responsible for it that may or may not be portraying themselves as the Clasp to cause a gang war between the Myriad and the Clasp, and then see if we can get him to tell us if he knows anyone who could possibly benefit off of a gang war between the Clasp and the Myriad.
Maybe we should try to get him to pay us for solving this.
I don't think that's.
I would rather not be paid by a gang.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're solving a problem for them, why put our lives on stake for nothing?
Are we solving that problem?
We're not solving their problem. This is everyone's problem.
Yeah, right. Okay, but if he offers, I'm not gonna say no.
But that's
If he
true.
offers to pay, as long as we don't sign any contracts and stuff like that.
No, just
Yeah.
hold in my pocket. That's what I'm talking about.
Right. How long do we have? Like 2 hours until the dinner at this point?
Oh, I think this conversation was like 15
hour.
minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. Ah, yeah, you've got 2 hours
Yeah.
left.
This conversation was about an hour.
Whoops.
Yeah, no, sorry about that. Yeah, you've got 2 hours left. You might want to, dress up nice.
Do we have to? I don't have anything else. Do you have anything I could wear?
Oh, I do have something. I've got a hat. And the hat allows you to whatever you want. It's pretty great. It's a little bit faulty though.
How so?
Well, you
Are
know,
Are you the only one that can see what you are wearing? Because that would be
no,
faulty.
no. Everything that you create glitters.
This
Well,
is not too bad.
I know some people that would not have a problem with that.
No, but I don't think it's
know.
my kind of thing.
I once put it on and I just pretended to be in a thong that glitters. Idios loved it.
Why am I not
I'm
surprised?
not gonna get that vision of my
You
brain
can
now.
leave your head on.
Best part, if you have the hat, you can only leave the hat on.
Right.
Mhm.
But is what I'm wearing not good enough?
I don't know. if you wanna, impress someone, Dios always taught me, dress to impress. You can also just go as yourselves.
I think I have these.
I have my own set of fine clothes, so I would be fine.
I'll go like this.
The hat's on offer. 20 gold pieces.
I've bought a lot of stuff off you. I think I'm fine for now. Glitters are not really my thing. Although I think they look good on looks, though.
It's fine. I'll put the hat of fabulous disguise away.
This guy, I didn't know I wanted. It's fabulous. Okay.
So, are we going to Song or to the
No,
casino?
we don't have time for that. We don't have time to go to Song. I don't think we have time to go to the casino either.
We have plenty of time.
2 hours, not a lot of time.
We could have a beer.
It was 4 hours before this conversation started, right?
No, it was 3 hours. This conversation. So,
Yeah.
so it's only 2 left. It's not a lot of time. We should go see annoying criminal guy first.
We could also buy the clover first. Or
That we can do.
that's not how it works.
2
It's
hours.
at this point, an hour later, the door bursts open and Dios just completely disheveled with the baby in her arm and just twigs in her hair and just with like a just super angry, seething expression. She's like,
Oh,
glad you sold it. All right. She just looks a little bit more cheerful, but then she just sits down, walks her tits out, and then starts feeding the baby.
Right.
welcome home.
Thanks.
You okay?
I'll be fine. Just need some me time.
Did they hurt you?
God knows. They wouldn't dare touch me.
Right.
Just fart in their faces.
She
Nice.
bites.
I think she does. Guys, I think it's time for us to just let us and Dios have their time, I think.
Yeah, she's looking at us, like staring daggers.
Right, okay, yeah, okay.
Be nice to each other, okay? Just don't kill each other.
Just want to mention, I'm guessing that you're responsible for getting me out of jail, not that miserable piece of a husband that I call my own.
Well, he's the one who came to get us, so...
Actually,
All
you did.
right. All right, you're forgiven a little bit for turning invisible when I was apprehended.
Oh, that is when you turn invisible. Wait, wasn't Xanabin the one who turned him invisible? Wait, he can turn invisible himself? Wait.
What?
Wait. Hold up.
And he goes away.
He probably got something out of the dumpster of the sorcerer lady, I think.
Right.
I think we should leave, guys. Let's just
Yeah.
let's get these people their time. Deals. I'll be back later, right?
Oh yes, you wanted that piercing, didn't you?
If you have the time and the mindset for it
Oh,
now.
we can do it now if you want.
Right. Well, let's do it.
All right. She just grabs and then just like gets a stick out of her pockets and then looks through all the rubbish and then she finds like a tinder box and then she just starts heating up the stick.
A stick?
It's like a metal pin.
Right, okay.
Just give a second. And then she gets like a jewelry box in the meantime. Here, you can pick, and she keeps heating up the thing. So like an array of rings in there, big to small. You can just, whatever.
I want a medium-sized gold one.
Alright, medium-sized gold one. Be 1 gold.
Generously pay.
Okay, and then within the next 10 minutes, with a little bit of maneuvering, she pierces it through whatever you want it pierced.
It's the scepter.
Alright, yeah, she does that. It's a little painful.
This one.
And then she rubs some green ichor kind of stuff onto it, and then you have like a little glob of green around a gold ring in your nose right now.
Very sexy.
Keep it on. It's like a medicinal salve that helps, prevent infection.
Thanks. Nice. Okay, now I can go anywhere. With pride. Thanks, Dios.
Alduin.
That's it?
What? I paid?
Yeah. You paid.
While Dios is doing that, Alduin's specifically interested in a medicinal salve bit. Could I have a little bit of that medicinal salve?
You can have a look at it.
He takes out one of his vials. Takes out like out of the little kit he has, little like small like knife. He takes a little bit of it, puts it in a vial. Puts it away for some personal research.
Casually
What?
stealing stuff. That's okay.
What?
Casually stealing stuff. That's okay.
Oh yes.
I don't know. He's allowed to get it.
I have to
You know?
have some. Well,
Yeah, it's fine. You can get anything you want, Alduin.
thanks, Dios. All right. What's next?
I think we should see if we can buy that clover. We could already have it, like.
Get it in advance.
So
Why not?
us is telling you right now. Oh no, sorry, Dios. Clover. What kind of clover?
A Carmine one.
Oh, buying the clover is a password to get into the casino. It's not the
Okay.
clover itself that gets you in there.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was.
I'm sorry.
Also, if you need to go to Barclay, going to the Velvet Kettle will take you about 40 minutes of walk, and then from the Velvet Kettle to Barclay, maybe an hour?
Yeah.
Oh, I think we should go.
Yeah.
All right, I do want to buy some clothes then, if we're not going to the casino. Might as well dress up.
Well, does that mean I have to go in fancy stuff? I'd rather save my money.
Anyway, but
From the other side of the room, hat of fabulous disguise!
Lux?
I don't have the money for it, and I don't think glitters are really my thing, actually. Not on everything. Surprisingly, maybe. Most things are better with glitter.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, if you only pick one dress or one thong, it's just one dress that glitters.
That's true. Is there a clothing store nearby then?
There's a tailor shop on the way if you go through the market ward.
Could try that.
Yeah, but they would have to make the clothes. I don't think.
Maybe she could wear something from the children's department.
Could
I'm
try
not
and buy
gonna
it.
change. I want to have my mail on in case things go south and I need to stab a guy.
I can buy clothes in a normal store, right?
But you're so tiny.
I'm not
She's
that tiny.
sized.
You're just really big. You never
Right.
noticed?
Well,
Well, you
I
can
mean,
also
I
just go dressed as yourselves. Nothing wrong with that.
I like my stinky self.
I know.
Yeah, you should really think about
Smell
it.
it.
Wait.
It's not like the guy himself dresses like.
No.
Let's just head to his house and then we'll have some food. Sounds good, right? I hope there's
Yeah. I'm always hungry.
Yeah, I'm
So,
gonna wait.
Alvin, what are you doing? Are you coming?
I still don't think that's a good idea. If
I think you should hang around though.
yeah,
at
I'm
least.
coming with you, but I'm not coming in. I don't
Then
think that,
Cinnamon, I think the talking is up to you and Lux.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
What? I have to talk? I don't know what
why
to talk
wouldn't-
about.
That's the shock. Okay, I saw horror on your face. So.
You've got some good questions. If you actually can keep your mind on the conversation.
Well, actually, lately I noticed sometimes it's better to just let it through.
sorry.
Right. So, I think we should head to the mansion then. Let Dios and us have their time for a bit.
I feel like we're stalling. I'm nervous. We should go. Should we go? I think we should go.
Brian just gets up, says goodbye to us and Dios, and then walks out of the store.
All right. Goodbye. Hope
Bye.
to see you later.
I hope so.
Who's following outside?
I am following.
So only Brion and Lux are outside. And Alduin and Xanamin are still staring at Dios, feeding her baby. And us is invisible.
It's wonders of life. No problem.
Anything I can help you with, or are you on your way as well?
No, we'll leave.
I wish I had something to make you more charismatic. It would probably help during that, talk.
Actually, most charismatic one among us.
Just don't talk much.
He is? Ooh, you're fucked.
Thanks, Dios. Thanks.
I'm just being honest, you know? At least someone here likes honesty.
Good luck with the shop and him, wherever he is.
He's around.
I kick around while I'm walking out, just for the heck of it.
If she laughs while you do it.
Cinnamon, do you drink honey in your tea?
I like honey. Yeah.
Okay, I think today you should put some honey in your tea.
All right.
We can do that.
I have some water here.
I can also make someone, well, talk easier. I think it's kind of the same as the honey, I guess, from what he told us. I'm not sure if it will be helpful or if we need it. I mean, yeah, I don't know. What are we going to talk about anyway? I mean, I feel like I'm rambling.
We should
Maybe you should
tell...
both use a little bit of that.
What?
Well, one of you takes the honey, the other one gets affected by whatever spell you have. I think you both should, get the best advantage that you have. Also,
Right.
this is while we're walking, of course. Also, when you're speaking, right, be confident in yourself. Be sure of what you're saying. Maybe sometimes take a short pause while talking. Get your mind on track.
Hmm. I think I've heard that before.
Yeah.
There are good words.
Brian is on the way, kind of like lifting with her pack just to get her arms a little bit bigger, just so that she has something in this whole thing and can look a little bit buffy and intimidating.
You're getting your veins out, just powerlifting
Up
for
in the
shoot.
veins. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Predate buffing. Yeah.
Right.
In a conversation, if
Are you already eating the honey right now?
I guess we'll wait.
Okay.
We didn't know the specific effects of the honey, right?
No, you don't.
No.
That's why I send you as the only one the image, because I know you don't metagame that well. You
Well,
don't.
Yeah, that well. Yeah, okay. Yeah, great.
The only thing we know is that it boosts charisma. We don't know its specific time and stuff, so just do
Yes.
it at the last possible moment. Because
Yeah, just before we enter. Okay. Is this a nice moment to take a pee break? Because
I think it is.
I think this is an excellent moment to take a little break.
I was just gonna whisper.
Okay, we will be back in, I think our normal time is like 15 minutes, because 5 was way too short, 10 was still too short, and 15 is for some people still
Just
too
right.
About right.
I think 15 is perfect.
We will be back in 15 minutes.
I'm gonna limber up for this conversation.
yeah,
The
Yep.
next scene.
get the
Yeah.
conversation juices flowing.
Get your notebooks out.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, there we go.
I don't have a problem with
Nine.
It's great, awesome. Oh, great, this is gonna be great. I just get to watch for once. Awesome.
I'm going to just watch and listen and use my insights and
Yep. I'll do the talking. You'll be my reference when I don't remember name. You'll be fine.
Are we off the internet?
No, not yet.
Oh.
We will be in like 6 seconds.
fine.
We have returned.
Hello.
And we're back.
Yay! I said no one talking for the intro or whatever. Do I have to do that again?
I mean,
Hello. Again, I did the intro. What are you talking about?
Right. So, welcome back. All of you are now out on the streets in Westruun, and you're making your way towards what you all think Barclays Manor is. Do you all know where Barclays Manor is?
no.
I would presume he would have explained it when he invited us.
I think he did, yeah.
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 So you all walk towards the manor. Aldrin, what are you going to do? Are you just going to stand outside for the hours that the dinner will last, or are you walking towards the manor, or are you going to the tavern? Or I'm curious what your plans are, because you said before that you didn't want to join the rest of the party. So maybe you should discuss your plans with the party as you're making your way.
I am
Downtown.
going to the manor with you guys, but I'm gonna be at a distance when you actually approach the manor. And when you are all inside, I am going to wait outside for a bit and maybe walk around a little bit around the manor, but I'll stay in proximity. So if anything happens and I notice, I'll be able to, break down the door and stuff, start busting some heads if that needs to be. But I don't think that's going to happen. Right? I look at Prion.
I'll try.
Good enough.
Whilst we're walking, I'm unbraiding my hair, pulling little twigs out of it everywhere, using one to kind of clean my nails a bit, kind of try to put it together a little bit nicer.
All right. So, as the sun has completely set behind the big mountain cat shadow, your shadows grow longer on the ground, and the evening cool sets in. There's a faint bit of fog rolling over the ground that grows thicker as you walk deeper into the opal ward. Perhaps it's the chill in the air, or the sudden quiet around you, but you swear you see snakes slithering underneath the white mist.
Are there any
Before
flags
you
up?
realize, you swear you see snakes slithering underneath the white mist before you realize it is just a fog, occasionally wisping up in eerie forms resembling these writhing serpents.
Lux, any chance this fog is magic?
Well, it looks a bit weird. The folk where Us was talking about was black, right?
Yeah. Alduin's already reaching for a silver sword. Hands ready
The
coming to the back.
the gravel road that you're walking on leads further down towards the lake in the center of Westruun. Its tall houses white as memorial stones within the open ward. Nestled among these solemn dwellings are a handful of exclusive-looking shops, all of which seem closed, with some movement behind the drapes as you pass in this eerily quiet street.
Can I look?
You don't know... You don't know exactly where Hector Barkle's house is. He just gave you directions. So what would you like to do? This is the street.
Well, for starters, I would like to see if I can make out the shapes behind the curtains that we can see moving.
All right, make a perception check.
Are they just moving around, or are they looking at us? Watching.
Make a perception check.
Perception. Take off.
Is that a 10?
That's
With
the-
a 10, all you can make out, it's just humanoid shapes moving past the curtains in a hurry, backlit by candles inside. Other than that, you don't really make out anything at all. You're a little bit perturbed by the strange forms this mist on the floor is forming into.
Well, something's off.
I'll sort of start stomping
Stomping.
on the snake-like things.
Each time you stomp, the mist just poofs away, leaving a little bit of a gap. It's just fog. It's like your mind's playing tricks with you.
This might be something to intimidate us.
I don't think I'll be intimidated by some mist.
No, me neither. But still
Do I
odd.
see anyone on the streets?
Make a perception check. You do. You find a young girl standing outside in the street. She is dressed immaculately in a purple velvet dress with long black pigtails on either side.
It's not creepy at
She
all.
just slowly points towards a tall brick row house that seems too small for what you expect a house in this neighborhood to be. But she just points it there and then smiles.
Is
Oh,
that
hi,
the house?
hi, beautiful. I kind of skip over to her.
She starts to speak. You must be the honored guest my brother has been talking about. I've been waiting for your arrival. Please. And she bows, lifting up her dress courteously. Let me show you our home, as Hector is currently occupied, but will be joining us shortly. In the meantime, I could perhaps entertain you with some snacks and drinks in our den. She waves her hand forward in a gesture to letting you go in front.
Are we able to hear this too?
Yeah. I'm assuming you walked with Lux, unless Lux is walking on her own and you're all just standing there huddled together in the street and Lux is just having a conversation with this girl.
Lux didn't walk. She skipped.
She skipped. Yeah. I walked, by the way.
Yeah, me too.
As you look at the house the girl had pointed to, you see that its windows are dark and it has a gated portico in the ground floor with the iron gate slightly ajar. The houses on either side are abandoned, their windows and doors boarded up.
Alduin. She called it a den.
I know. Do I see any like family resemblance between the girl and Hector?
Make a perception check.
14.
They have the same porcelain white skin, very dark black hair. Though she has almost violet colored irises. Though it shifts in the light and turns gray again, like very gray. But they seem to have the same nose, which was a very, very stern and angular looking face.
Right.
Could be her. Could be a sister. Could be.
It's not like a Myria thing saying like family. I do believe that she is actually like genetically related to him.
Could be.
Right. Okay. No, that's good enough. That's what I was looking for.
Looks.
She just gestures for you to go in front and go towards the house.
When
What would
she
you like to
told
do?
us that Hector was occupied, I kind of turned around and said, "You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Do I believe that Hector is actually occupied at the moment, and that she was asked to
Make an
I know.
insight check.
be the guest lady? What is it called?
Host.
The host. Thank you."
It's really difficult getting a bead on this girl. She looks very young, but the way she talks and her mannerisms a little, a little older than she should have been, a little eerie. It's very hard to gauge her words. She seems extremely polite and gives you no reason to suspect otherwise.
What's this mist? It's interesting.
It's just a cold setting in from Gat's shadow, I think. Are you approaching the property?
Yes.
Is
We
she
are.
leading us or following us?
She's following you, waiting for you to go first.
All right. Well, please prevent us from saying something stupid. And
She
as I
chuckles
turn
at
to the
that, by the way.
architect and also kind of touch Brion, and if she'll allow us, I'll give us Eagle's Splendor and cast Enhance ability on 3rd level. I'm not being subtle about it.
You see her eyes just watching you and smile.
What does it do?
Great. Makes us, well, a little more approachable. I feel like sometimes we say silly things, and this kind of helps us tone down a bit.
Very smart of you.
I wasn't planning on saying.
Thank you.
no, actually.
And,
All right.
and now what it actually does mechanically, like advantage on charisma, what?
Yeah.
No, you said Eagle Splendor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
I know owl is like wisdom.
So enhance ability, sorry. I believe that Eagle Splendor, you have advantage on charisma checks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Must be written by an American. All right. As you approach the property, you notice the blood-red rose vines that climb up the walls towards the 2nd floor. Each stem and leaf twisting and turning around the rusted portcullis that hangs before the entrance of the portico. Nearly every other plant in the vicinity seems just as thorny and twisted and vile as those roses are. Or they are either withered by the smothering presence of these plants.
Cozy.
Brianna's going to unsheath her broken silver pike. Just to keep it close.
That's not very friendly.
What are you doing?
I don't trust her for one bit. This place looks eerie.
Put
Are you
that away.
scared of the plants? I mean, they look a bit thorny, but I think we'll be fine.
This place gives me an itch. Let's
Put away
just
the pike.
say it like that. I'm not gonna put away my pike.
We're in front of the host. That isn't a nice thing to say.
I'll keep it behind my back.
She's behind us, like.
And I'm putting the pike behind my back. In total confusion, but I think no one is going to be able to see it.
If you want, there's a map currently up that shows your positions at the moment.
I don't see it yet.
I see a black square.
You see it, but you have to scroll.
Oh, right. This is a problem. I should have anticipated that, but I didn't. So, right. I use. How can we fix this? So the stream can't see this because they have their own view and they don't have a character on screen which can see things. So for them, the map is black. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Can you make the DireRolls person that's logged in? Can you give it access to all the characters?
Yeah, it needs to have vision.
Yeah.
It's like the fog of war.
Yeah.
Which person? Oh, the DireRoll character. I can give the DireRoll character Alduin's vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine too.
As long as it doesn't.
But Eldwin won't be
So
inside,
like
right?
this. Is this working?
We just gotta take Alduin's character with us inside then.
It's
Oh
not-
yeah.
Alduin is going to stay outside.
I can also give it to
It's gotta
Zanamin.
watch through the windows. Just
Give it to Cinnamon. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, do Cinnamon. Let me know if you've done it.
Oh, I'm nervous.
I have done it.
Right. Okay, I can see Cinnamon, but the map's not revealing. There we go. Okay. Yep. What's happening? Guys. Alright, yeah, it's working now.
Okay, great.
Oh wait, yes, stream will see it when I actually switch to the map view. There we go. that one was on me. There we go.
All right. So, as you approach the property, you notice these blood-red rose vines just suffocating and smothering all other presence of plant life all around. Everything seems dead and decaying and withering away. But it looks like a very beautiful house on the outside. Portcullis is open. You can walk over there if you wish.
I'll go first.
She's just watching, smiling, waiting.
I'll go first.
Okay. I'll follow you.
Up to what's the front door? This?
I follow as well, and I try to look like I'm having a pleasant time.
I'm still hiding the pike behind my back.
Hiding.
Should I go in?
All right. So, Brion, as you approach, make a perception check. Wait. Make a perception check.
God, the music changed again.
It suits the creepy house.
You don't notice anything, and you can look further if you wish so.
This
Lux,
is
are you right
other
behind
music.
Brion?
I was behind Cinnamon.
Yeah.
Okay. Cinnamon, what is your passive perception?
My passive perception is 15.
With a 15, you faintly see the shapes of tiny leathery wings hanging in the highest nook behind the portcullis. And before you realize, it is filled with dozens of sleeping tiny little bats. as you avert your gaze from what you saw, you lock eyes with the girl who's just staring at you, smiling with her pursed lips, holding her finger in a shushing gesture before her mouth.
I raise my eyebrow
She says,
in a questioning way.
we wouldn't want to wake them, now would we? And then she looks forwards to the house and then hops inside before you.
I look at the girl and I'll go like, what are you?
Did I notice that little interaction she had with Sediment?
You're quite far away. You're outside of the portcullis. She's whispering. You just notice she's saying something to Xanamin, and they're there.
All right.
That's it.
Let me check
Like
my
she's been
phone.
saying things to Lux as well. So, but as Brion, as you ask her, "What are you?" she says, "Oh, I am Elizaveta. It's nice to meet you. What is your name?"
I'm Brion.
Nice to meet you, Brion. Now follow me. Let's go to the wolf's den.
The wolves den?
Again, I look over my shoulder to Alduin and I'll go like,
Okay, that is enough for me. her response, like in what I am witnessing, like weird whispering and stuff, and Brion now looking back, is enough for me to also start joining them.
I'll look at Alduin, just see if the girl isn't looking at me, and I'll do a wolf face.
How
So
far?
Lux, with your passive perception, you have heard and noticed the conversation between Xanamin and the girl. And you also very much notice just dozens of tiny little bats just sleeping on the portcullis above you. And she also locks eyes with you
I don't think they
and
live
then
up.
keeps walking.
Does she leave? Like, she's walking on?
She just now stands there with
Oh.
her hand on the door, and she's just like peering behind you. Is your friend joining or not?
He is.
All
Well,
right.
I'm walking in.
Well, close the door behind you. And then she just opens the door in front of all of you.
Yeah, this Roll20 does not have a nice mechanic for doors.
Well, it's working, right?
Yeah, you have to move away a wall, but
Alduin.
yeah,
She said wolf's den.
yeah, something's off.
You walk through the flanking set of oaken doors that open into this grand foyer. Hanging on the south wall of this deep purple and gold decorated foyer is a shield emblazoned with a coat of arms. A stylized golden magpie carrying a red rose with the words Floriat Pica. Flanked by framed portraits of stony-faced aristocrats. What would you like to do or look at as you walk into this room?
I would like to look at Alduin and tell him to go on ahead, or, just not go.
Yeah.
I will take my jar of honey and I will eat it. Eat the honey.
Eat that honey.
Nom 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 nom.
Right. What's on your mind, guys? What are you thinking about as you're walking into this
That
house?
language. That language. What is that?
I'm hoping Lux doesn't lose her keys again. That's
Fucking scary. I have a very bad feeling about this. And Brion's entire body language is saying,
Get out.
I'm gonna step something as soon as I see it because I am scared AF, but I don't ever going to tell people that I'm scared.
Alduin, what is on your mind as you walk into this house?
What was that language? Is that Elvish?
Do you want to look at it?
Yeah.
Floriet Pika.
As you look at the coat of arms, you do recognize the language. It seems to be Elvish.
Okay, yeah, read that.
It means. Give me 1 second. Made a magpie flourish. And when you look at this coat of arms, you see that the girl who had introduced herself to Brion earlier, but none of you have heard her name, she looks at you looking at the coat of arms. And then she looks, eyes with everyone, smiling with a pursed smile. She looks almost ready to answer any of your questions. And then you hear the door close behind you. And as you look back, you notice a pale-faced human with a subservient demeanor, dressed in servant's clothes, standing with one arm on his back and his other stretched out as to receive something. The girl now speaks up. Well, make yourselves comfortable. Marcus will take good care of your coats and weaponry to be stored in the coat room during your stay. She smiles.
That's fair. I start lifting my giant mace off my back.
You need help with that?
He's just standing there. He just closed the door behind. So, Alduin, Zeneman, I'm just going to put you there.
Yeah, that's fine.
And he just appeared next to Alduin out of nowhere. It was very.
I am stuffing my pike in the back of my pants.
Whilst these two figures are watching, he says, "Well, we can take care of that for you. Don't worry about it."
No.
Well, we wouldn't want to have any aggressive behavior resulting into an unfortunate end of conversation. So please, either you are free to leave or leave your coats and weaponry in our coat room. It will be taken good care of. I promise you.
I promise I won't stab anyone. It's just I don't go anywhere without this pike. Although it's broken, it's very dear to me.
Would you like to put it in our coat room yourself?
No. I want to keep it.
Well, I guess we are at a standstill then. I won't let you go any further unless you leave your weaponry with us.
Okay, I'm looking at Lux with the big question mark on my face.
Well, it isn't too much to ask when someone is invited into your home to leave behind your weapons. I know how you feel about it. I mean, you're inseparable, but...
Are my throwing axes immediately in vision on my clothing?
The big axes, yeah.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Okay. Fuck that. I'll give them my stuff, but I'm not happy about it, and the vein in my neck is starting to pump.
All right. Marcus silently takes your weaponry and walks towards here, which is the coat room, and places them inside.
Can I do a like take out like my crossbow, take out my silver swords, and then I take out my normal sword, and then I take out my silver sword out of its sheath. You won't have any problem holding this, right? As I hand it to him.
He seems to just take it fine and walk towards the coat room, placing it there.
Oh yeah, is he wearing gloves while he's holding it?
He is wearing gloves.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a very, very fancy butler attire.
I should have flicked the point of my pike in his face.
Right.
I'm thinking to myself, I'm not saying that out loud.
If you still have weapons on you that you are surreptitiously trying to keep, any daggers or anything like that, I would like you to make a sleight of hand check to hide that from them. They have a perception check. If they see it, they will mention it.
A throwing axe was too big, right?
Well, make a sleight of hand check if you want to hide that from their gaze.
I'll give my stuff away.
Oh, I'll leave it. Trying to be a good person.
All right, so you also hand that over. All right.
I hand everything over, but I think Lux would probably have forgotten that she has 2 poisoned daggers in her backpack.
That's very fair. That's very on brand.
She does say, well, you can leave your backpack in the coat room as well, along with your coat and anything that hinders you. If it's a big backpack, she would have probably asked you to leave it in the coat room.
Mm-hmm. I make sure
That's a fabulous disguise would have been super useful by now, but go on.
What?
The hat of fabulous disguise would have been very useful now.
Well, I'll make sure I have my 320 gold piece diamond with me and not in my backpack.
All right.
Oh yeah, right. We got that.
Alduin and Lux, make a perception check, please.
Bad news.
Oh, the same. That's 3 perception checks in a row. That's the exact same, by the way.
Yeah. You see the girl's gaze move towards behind you, and then she just shakes her head like, all right, and then moves her hand towards this door. So glad to have invited you. Please, come inside.
As we walk inside, I do also look back to where she was looking.
You notice nothing.
Okay.
That was the perception check for.
Yeah, so I can still look, right?
Yeah, most certainly, yeah. All right, so she, you go through these mahogany framed double doors leading from the foyer, leading from the main hall, into this den of wolves. As you had looked around with a 12 perception in the main hall here, which is going to say what you saw there, it runs the width of the house. It has a black marble fireplace at one end and a sweeping red marble staircase at the other. Purple marble staircase at the other, sorry. Mounted on the wall above... Yeah. And then she leads you towards a door opposite of the cloakroom and immediately to the right of the entrance of this main hall. As you enter this den of wolves, you see this dark red oak-paneled room that resembles something like a hunter's den. And you immediately see mounted above the fireplace this enormous black stag's head. And positioned in each of the corners of the room are stuffed wolves. You notice 2 comfortable leather button tufted chairs draped in animal furs that face the lit hearth, which is very cozy and warm and inviting, with a small salon table made of wood, between them supporting what looks to be a cask of wine, a candelabra, and enough glasses for all of you. Each of these items look very well crafted and expensive, and the silver almost seemed to shine menacingly in the light of the fire. And in the main part of this room, you see a chandelier hanging above a beautiful inlaid table. Lots of decorations everywhere. And it seems to be surrounded by 5 red velvet chairs. And 2 cabinets stand against the walls. What would you like to do as you all watch this girl that Brion knows is named Elizaveta take the silver platter from this salon table along with the casket and place it onto this large dressed table instead.
I will make the decision to stay put, standing next to the door.
Okay, so she's here. She sets this silver platter with all these glasses and a cask of wine gently onto the table and looks at you expectantly, all of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna look around the room, specifically to the wolves. The opgezet. Stuffed. Yes.
Yeah,
Stuffed wolf.
they are stuffed.
Need.
Yeah.
Would you like to inspect these wolves?
Yeah, I would very much like to inspect these wolves.
Which one would you like to inspect first?
The one that I'm closest to, next to the door.
The one that Brion is almost standing on.
Yeah, the one Brion is riding. Yeah.
Alright. Yeah. Make an inspection check. Investigation check, sorry.
Oh.
With a 20 investigation, you notice that this is a expertly stuffed wolf. Beautiful, soft fur still, very well kept, not a speck of dust on them.
Would you say lifelike?
Very much lifelike, but also very much dead and stuffed.
Let me just add this.
With a 20, you notice that the eyes are not real and are made out of glass.
Great. That satisfies me. That's okay. I'll continue walking to the table.
I'll say, I'm sorry, where are my manners? I'm Lux.
Very
I'll stick
nice
my hand
to
out
meet you. She sets down this platter and then sticks out her hand, which is very cold to the touch. Nice to meet you, Lux. My name is Elizaveta.
That's a beautiful name.
Thank you. Would you like a glass of wine?
Oh, it's a bit early for alcohol for me, but maybe start with a glass of water?
A glass of water? Well, of course. Make yourselves comfortable. I'll make sure that I'll bring some water for you in. And then she just slowly leaves. You're all in here. There you go.
Alduin
And
takes
you
a
are-
seat over here.
Left alone for a while.
I know if you've said it like 3 times now, but what was her name?
Elisaveta.
Elizaveta?
Elise. Vita, I believe.
It's Elisa Vita.
It seems nice.
She seems dead.
Yeah.
Hold hands often as well. I mean,
Yeah, your skin doesn't look like it's dead.
It doesn't sit right with me. I think this shit is creepy.
This
You need to
entire
calm down.
house.
I
Where
don't like
is the-
taking my bike, especially in a place where I don't feel safe. And where I don't guarantee the safety of my friends. If one of them makes a wrong step, they're mine.
where's the server dude? The guy who took our stuff?
Sitting from the place where you are right now, you do not seem to see or notice him.
I mean, he popped in existence, maybe he popped out again.
Oh man, Brion's so salty right now that she doesn't have weapons.
That sounds alright. You all gonna die, I'm not gonna have my pet statue back.
Oh man. Alduin is just sitting over here.
Yeah.
Sitting there.
I guess there's nothing else to do but wait, unless we want to really inspect this room. That wouldn't be very...
I can describe it once more for you if you would like.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant, turn it upside down, trying to find something that we're not going to find, probably, as they wanted us
You
in
do
here.
see two cabinets. One on the east wall and one on the north.
Alduin will take one of the wine glasses, put some wine into it, just dips his pinky into it, feels around. Does it feel like normal wine or does it have a thicker consistency?
Make a investigation check.
Where's my investigation? There it is. 16.
It feels like wine. Just liquidy, red, cloying against the glass. Smells fruity with a dark undertone, like a hint of
Necromancy.
berry.
There's no metallic smell and stuff.
No metallic smell.
Nancy.
It smells like a really, really good wine.
I'll also grab a glass and
Right.
sniff it.
Make it.
No,
Make an
not for just just being polite and grabbing a glass.
Just sniffing it. Oh yeah, and you already took the honey, right?
Yeah, I already took the honey.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect.
I guess now we just wait.
Is there anything you want to talk about? Anything you would like to do? It's a very comfortable room. The fire is just flickering, just warm and invitingly.
Sorry. Wrong button.
All right.
I think it's a beautiful house, but I'm not sure if this is really where. I'm not sure if it's his house, or if it's more like a meeting place. What do you guys think?
I would take better care of my garden if I would live here. This probably is a shell, more like. I don't know. I'm just getting weird vibes from this house. Those bats. Yeah.
Well, I think the bats just actually live here. Did they seem unnatural? Those bats? Did they look like just normal?
They look
Your
like
In
casual
passing
bat?
glance, they look like sleeping bats, but it's at this point where Elisaveta enters the room again. With a small platter and a beautiful glass with water and a very small slice of lemon in it. There you go, Lux. For you.
Thank you.
Well, I hope you guys have been making yourself comfortable. I must excuse myself, as I have to see how far along both the kitchen.
Robin?
Yeah, I can hear
That's a lot of noise.
As I will see how far along both the kitchen and my brother is in their preparations for dinner. So I have to excuse myself again and leave you to your devices. Is there anything I can help you with in the meantime?
No, thank
Are you
you.
comfortable?
I'm very comfortable.
I'll see you.
Make a
I'll see
deception check.
And she leaves again. You see her walking towards the north side, and you hear a door open and a few muttering voices here and there, but other than that, the door is still open. You still have a view of the main hall, You're left in this beautiful room. It's enough chairs to sit, wine glasses to drink, and dead conversation.
Yeah.
What are your characters doing, thinking, or saying to each other as she is gone?
If I peek out of the door, is the other dude, I forgot his name again, still at like the coat place?
Make a perception check. You don't really see anything. It seems deserted, that hall.
Okay, I'm going to walk up to the clothes place.
All right.
This can only go one way.
As you walk up, you see this figure just standing in this cloakroom, silent.
I'll nod at him, go like, good day, and I'll turn around and go back.
And in the hallway that we came in through, those were just all kinds of statues of aristocrats, you said?
No, the paintings of aristocratic-looking people.
Okay. Do I recognize anyone on the paintings?
You do not see the paintings right now, but if you wish, you can walk towards it and maybe study them, look at them.
Yeah, I would kind of like to look around.
All right. So, give me 1 second. There you go. So, the painting that you saw was here, right?
Oh, all
Here
right.
is.
Okay.
This is the shield, emblazoned with that symbol, and here are the paintings.
Okay.
All right. They're stony-faced aristocrats, and you can make a history check to see if you recognize them. Though I must say that that very much reflects what you know about the history of noble families within Westruun and beyond Tarmgon. No idea.
Nah, okay. I'll just go back and I'll try balancing. Is there already cutlery out?
Could you say that again?
Is there already cutlery out on the table? Is there like spoons and stuff?
No. There's no cutlery, nothing on this table. Just a cask of wine and some wine glasses. And she has also mentioned that this is the den of wolves. Yeah.
Lux, did those paintings, did they have the same type of skin as our hosts?
Well, they all kind of look the same, I guess, a bit. Same skin tone. I don't recognize any of them.
Interesting.
What are your characters maybe thinking as you are now uncomfortably sitting in this room?
Brianna's very uneasy.
What's on your mind?
I don't trust this woman. Not for one little bit. I don't like the guy guarding my bike in the clothing cabinet over there. He's just standing in the cabinet. That's crazy, right? Why?
Yeah,
I don't
that's
do it.
Not one bit. We're gonna die. Mark my words.
What is on your mind, Alduin?
The stag that is mounted, the stag head. It was a large black one, right?
Yes.
Anything that triggers Alduin's memory about it if he looks at it?
I'm not quite sure what it would trigger.
Right. So looking back, about creature research he has done in the past, right, during his studies, any relevance to black stags.
Okay.
What type of check? Nature or history? What did you say?
Yeah, nature.
Nature, okay. Would have been the same, but 23.
Seems to be a black stag. Quite a sizable trophy. Lux, what is on your mind as you're sitting in this room? What are you thinking about?
I was trying to find something to kind of fiddle with, but I can't really find anything else than my glass of water. And I'm kind of trying to figure out if we're still, if this is even the Myriad, or if there's some third party now that kind of intervened and, well, but we ended up somewhere else than actually his house. Is it the Myriad? Is it some kind of other organization that's also involved with the Myriads, but maybe has his own stakes into this? Kind of thinking about all that, but also trying. Lux also wants her to be just nice and just have a nice little party. And well, she's kind of trying to put all the bad thoughts away and concentrate on, well, how bad could it be? Right?
All right.
How long have we been sitting here by this point?
It's about 15 minutes in after Xanamin took the honey. At that point, Elizaveta enters the room once more.
Okay.
Please, if you would follow me to the dining room. Are you all ready to eat?
Sure.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so she's here, and then she just walks on over and opens the door here. She's having a little bit of trouble opening that door.
I could help.
Okay. I'm just gonna make my portrait a little bit smaller, which you can do with the Alt key. There you go.
Yeah, I don't think we can do that ourselves.
We can. Oh, no, we cannot. But it worked.
I'm minified. No.
Als je Alt includes houdt, if you keep pressing Alt, you can like keep it from auto-centering your character.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This dining room is exquisite. As you enter, your eyes fall on the walls that are half covered with dark wood paneling, with a shimmering gold wallpaper above. And in the middle of the ceiling, above the carved oak table, hangs a beautiful crystal chandelier. The table itself is surrounded by 8 high-backed chairs with sculpted armrest and deep purple cushioned seats. Down the center of this table is a velvet runner with arcanic designs woven in gold into the fabric itself. The entire table is decked out with resplendent silverware and crystalware polished to a dazzling shine. And in each place is a tall, empty wine glass with a beautiful folded napkins to match the runner. All that seems to be missing is the food and you sitting at this table. You also notice that mounted above the black marble fireplace in this room is a mahogany-framed painting of what looks to be a resplendent castle atop a cliff, overlooking a dark pine forest. The wall paneling is carved with elegant images of deer amongst the trees, and purple silk drapes cover the floor to ceiling windows in this room, and a tapestry depicting a large acre of land with several young women in aristocratic clothes eating fruits while being courted by men hangs from an iron rod bolted to the south wall. What would you like to do as you enter this room? So here's like that very large painting, This is the black marble fireplace, and here are floor-to-ceiling windows that are covered with thick velvet, dark purple drapes. And then you have a nice purple runner with golden woven arcanic designs in it.
I'm gonna stay and hang out near the door.
Please, take a seat. My brother will be arriving soon. And she takes a seat at one end of the table.
As we're walking in, Alduin's just like doing this to like the dryad's ring that he wears, like
Yeah.
with it, and in his mind is thinking, I really hope this thing can do something more destructive than just heal at points. And he's just thinking that. And takes a seat.
The arcanic, the figures on the tablecloth. Do
Yes.
I recognize them?
Make an Arcana check.
Yes, please.
You look over it. It's beautifully made, but it seems to be more decorative in nature. Though you do recognize a lot of arcanic symbolisms and things like that, it's not actually a spell itself. It's just the use of these symbols that you're so familiar with,
Yeah.
woven into like some decorative table runner, as far as you know.
It's like t-shirt with foreign language on it.
Yes. It's like a Chinese tattoo that says love, but really it's just,
Chicken noodle soup.
there we go.
I look over at the painting of the castle and I'll ask Elisaveta, where's that? What is that?
That is our former home. It's somewhere in Wildmount. You wouldn't know it, but we have it here as a reminder of where we came from.
It looks amazing.
Thank you. It still stands there to this day.
Why did you leave?
Business.
It seems like hard to leave behind such a beautiful, beautiful home.
It is. It's like leaving a piece of your heart behind.
For me, not for my character, but is it day or night in that painting?
It is night.
Okay. Alduin would not know anything about this, but Vincent does. Okay.
What does Vincent
I'll
think?
start.
Oh, you know what I'm thinking. You now know. I have now pieced it together. Alduin hasn't.
Well, you know, like if the player pieces it together, you
but
can
there's-
roll for something if you want.
There is no way Alduin could piece this together. There is no way he could, because he has no knowledge of any of this. He barely has any knowledge of Wildmount itself, so he wouldn't know anything.
I'm figuring it out, but there's no way Brion could be there.
Yeah.
And ever.
There is no way I could, like, in any way justify me asking for some role, because I have no way.
Can you just whisper to me what you think? Because I'm a little bit confused right now.
Oh,
Personally, I think there won't be any garlic in the food tonight. Yeah, that's what I think.
Yes. Well, that is something you could roll for, especially
No.
since you've studied monsters.
Not if, like, I am piecing it together. But
Right.
Brion wouldn't have any sort of clue. Any of
Both
anything. And
Alduin
outside of the fact that she has a very
You or Alduin might.
Alduin think these people are vampires.
Yeah.
Both Alduin and Xanamin make a Arcana or Nature check with advantage, since you study.
Yeah. For once, an ability that I have because I'm a blood hunter comes into play.
Ooh, very nice.
Let me.
Yeah.
21.
All right. A 21 and a 23. You have very, very strong suspicions that the girl, in particular, isn't exactly alive. She looked way older in her manner of doing. The way she speaks, it's almost archaic, like with a. It's not like exactly an accent. It's almost like you're speaking to someone from 100 years ago. He's very pleasant, very kind, as far as you know. But you get a distinct feeling that you're in the room with a powerful being right now, and you think it's a vampire.
Let's damn it.
Just out of character, just do this.
Yeah?
Like, so. That was a joke.
And it's only Xanamin that knows this for sure, by the way, because I just looked up the CR rating. Only Xanamin knows this for sure, just about. Alduin, you have strong suspicions that she's not exactly alive, and she's older than you think, but you don't know what sort of being she is.
From
Because a
my
21 doesn't make that. I hope that explains it.
from my history and literature background, do I know of any other actual vampires?
Make a history check.
Because I'm very much wondering how many vampires are. Yeah, how common this is.
All right. With a 17, you don't know that much.
So
You can't really name particular vampires or things like that. So far, it's all folklore to you.
okay,
You have a suspicion it's not very common.
not anymore.
A 17 is not high enough to think of actual vampires. With the 23 that you had before, you know that these creatures are very powerful and thus also incredibly elusive. And they like to keep their doings and goings hidden. So you've only read little tidbits here and there in books that they exist, but you don't know much about them, and it would probably require some investigation in a library or archives of some kind to really get to know more about this.
So, what was your name again?
My name is Elizaveta, and I don't believe I've heard yours.
My name is Sanamin.
Xanamin. You look like a studied fellow. Been
I
to
do.
any universities?
Yes, I've been to the University of. Oh damn it! I can't recall.
All right.
Sorry, what?
Iemand, toch?
Yes, I believe so. Yes, I'm just trying to double check it because it's somewhere. Lyceum. That was it. That.
The Lyceum. How very interesting. So, what are you doing here now? All the way in Western.
I travel with my friend Alduin over there. We study creatures,
Interesting.
or I study creatures.
What is the most interesting creature you have encountered so far on the road to here?
Werewolves.
Yes.
Where?
Yes, the werewolves we just encountered were one of the more interesting creatures we've met.
How very exciting. I've only heard about werewolves in my little children book that I read at night before I go to bed.
So
Can I see if she is lying?
I don't
didn't
need
wanna
to
just yell
know.
out.
Check.
I didn't just want to yell out, insight check! 22.
There's a cheeky smile. She's very difficult to nail down in her words. Like, however she speaks and all that, it's very elusive, and it's just very difficult to get the gist of what she's saying. But you did notice a hint of a smile at the end where she's not exactly reading a children's book before she goes to bed.
How long have you lived here? In this town?
A few years, I think. It's at this point Hector Barkley enters the room, dressed in a perfect representation of aristocratic clothes, though all in dark, muted colors, apart from the white collar around his neck. He takes a short bow towards the ladies in the room before he sits down. Thank you for your patience. I had some business to attend to. I hope you have enjoyed my little sister's company.
We have.
Yeah, for sure.
We have indeed. She's been a great host to us.
Yes, she doesn't get that many visitors. Seems the children in the neighborhood doesn't like her company that much. I wonder why. She's so perfectly raised, I think. My parents did a great job. Anyways, and you see a few servants entering the room who are all bringing in the entrees. You hear the clattering of like knives and forks and all that kind of stuff, and they're putting it very neatly down. It's like in total is 3 servant girls. And they just seem very nicely dressed in just servant clothes, and one of them just smiles a little bit, and then they leave the room again, and all this time Hector just sits up straight and then lets his eyes fall over each and every one of you, just with his piercing gaze staring into your very soul almost, and smiles, waiting.
Lux is trying to balance a spoon on the rim of her glass. While waiting for the food.
I will also start admiring the silverware, like the spoon, and see if I can very sneakily spot a reflection of our hosts in the spoon. just inspecting it, like, oh, this is just so much, so nice silverware. And
Is it silver though?
well, it's what is it? But this is such nice cutlery, if that's more appropriate. I'm guessing this is not the stat block.
Vampires in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition have reflections.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, Google. Oh no, Siri.
Google.
Check the stat block. You see the reflection of this vampire, and his eyebrow just very curiously arching up as he is confused. As the food arrives, you all see this scrumptious stew and these like fluffy baked potatoes and creamy sauces before you all. He smiles courteously, Hector, and he spreads his arms to invite you all to eat. Well, I've invited you all to my home, for you have brought me some interesting news from Thirstfield. Please, tell me everything you know, or what you'd like me to know. Perhaps we could discuss some ideas on how I'd be able to answer some of your questions, which I'm certain you have.
I already have food in my mouth.
Well, what did we last Where did we end our last conversation? We found a source of lycanthropy in the Souf, in Thirst Fields. This is what we told him already, right?
Yes, he's just listening, very interested in your words, like a perfect host.
I am thinking it's 5 minutes before 5 o'clock. Should we wrap up before we get totally into this, or what are we doing?
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Oh, well, let's wrap up here then.
Yeah.
Kind of a cliffhanger, but
Oh, the conversation started, so that might be a cliffhanger.
All right.
I'm not liking these people.
I don't trust a little bit of it, but I don't have any really dislike.
One more
It's
question.
only
DM.
Cinnamon that
Does it-
knows.
Does it smell like garlic in the room?
Of course not. Of course it will not smell like garlic.
Well, if they have a reflection.
Alduin in this moment is just assuming it is vampires because he's going for the worst case scenario of what these creatures could be.
Oh, well,
so
the
he's
thing
going
is
for
that
vampires.
Alduin doesn't know about the monster vampire. You have a feeling she's not entirely alive or older than she is. You think she is a monstrosity, but you don't know she's a vampire.
Alduin is a blood
Not
hunter. He knows
entirely
about
alive.
vampires, just in general. He doesn't
It's a
know that.
feeling.
He doesn't know she's a vampire, but he is going in the worst case scenario for all the possibilities that she is a vampire. So that is what he's going off of.
Yeah.
Okay, what I'm trying to tell you is that your Arcana check of 21 isn't high enough to know about a CR 13 creature.
Yes, but he's a blood hunter who knows about
That's
monsters.
great. That's great. You haven't read this particular book yet, then.
Okay,
You're
that is a
right.
conversation we're
It's
going to have
also,
after
it's
this.
also like how the Witcher works, for instance. If you play The Witcher, you don't have the entry for this particular monster yet.
Right.
But this is not a Witcher, and I'm
It's
not a
not
Witcher.
your
I'm a
bestiary
blood
yet.
hunter.
It's not
Which is
your
different.
bestiary yet.
But it's going to be something. a
However
different
you want to
conversation.
play your character then, Vincent, I'm just saying.
Again, yes, that's what I'm saying.
Ooh.
So,
nou,
we
dan
will
blijf jij even de tension doorbreekt, Robin.
next. No, not next week. The week after that, and we're going to continue with the whatever people these are, and see if we die.
Yeah.
I think we will. So come and join us
No,
to see
it'll
if we
be
can do it.
fine. We'll just have a nice dinner. It'll be great.
I'm interested to see what happens when a vampire drinks the blood of a blood hunter mutant.
Yes, exactly.
I don't think
We
they like
might
it.
become vampires.
Bring on sticking a pike into the pail, dude. Stick
They
around.
possibly just immediately die. But we'll see.
Well, so far they've been very civil with you all. They offered you
Yeah.
drinks and food and polite conversation.
Took away our weapons. Not so
I'm very
bad.
curious as to what Alduin thinks now he's almost picked a fight with a vampire earlier then.
Oh, he's not bothered about that at all.
He's not bothered.
No,
He ain't bothered.
that's in the past. Like that doesn't matter at this moment.
It's been hours.
Yeah.
All right. So, did you enjoy this session so far?
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Glad.
Eerie
All
as fuck.
right. Okay. I hope the music helped.
In a good way.
Eerie as fuck. The music actually was one of the things that made me go like, something's off.
This is a trap.
Something's off.
It's
The
a
DM is
trap.
doing stuff. Something's off.
Something's going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to take down the stream now.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.